I'm Mike Finney. I'm serving as the host this afternoon. And really, I'm looking forward to an amazing conference. I trust you all are as well. To get our program started, I have the honor of introducing just an amazing leader in our community and a really good friend, Mr. Juan Kuryla. He's the executive director and CEO of Port Miami, the host location for this particular meeting. Just a little bit about Port Miami before I turn it over to Juan. Port Miami is the second largest economic driver in Miami-Dade County, and it accounts for more than 334,000 jobs in South Florida. So imagine having that kind of responsibility, the kind of leadership that it takes to guide that kind of an operation is pretty amazing. And not only are we the cruise capital of the world, but we're also the cargo gateway to the Americas. Couldn't have a better person responsible for ensuring that this port and this community maintains that strategic positioning than Mr. Juan Kuryla. My good friend Juan, look forward to hearing your remarks.
Wow, thank you so much, Mike, for those incredible words, great compliments, but I have to pass it on to the port staff. Many of them are here today, and I have to tell you, we have an incredible team here at the Port of Miami. We call them first round draft picks. We love to watch football. We love to watch the draft. And I tell you, I look at the audience here today and I see nothing but number one pick. So thank you to the team. Thank you for working so closely with the forum to make this event happen today. And again, thank you, Mike, for your leadership at the Beacon Council and being such a tremendous partner to Port Miami. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here in the audience, those watching worldwide. On behalf of our mayor, Daniela Levine Cava, and our Board of County Commissioners, I want to welcome you here to Port Miami. To those watching, particularly in Montreal, Canada, a warm greeting right here, a beautiful day in sunny Miami-Dade County, from the cruise capital of the world, and like Mike said, that gateway to the Americas. I'll be remiss if I didn't commend Mr. Nicholas Remillard, President and CEO, founding Chairman Jill Remillard, and the members of the International Economic Forum of the Americas. This innovative conference model still allows us to participate in the Montreal gathering while being right here in Miami. I also want to welcome the Honorable Susan Harper, Consul General of Canada, right here in our own backyard, Miami. Thanks to your constant efforts, trade between our regions and Canada is on the rebound. And of course, I'll be remiss if I didn't thank the former port director and CEO of Port Miami, sitting right there, Mr. Bill Johnson. Bill, thank you for everything. Thank you for the leadership you give in this community. Thank you for the leadership you've given to all of us here at the port for many years. And sometimes when people say, how come you're doing so well? I just say I'm turning the page on Bill Johnson's playbook that he left here when he went to become the Secretary of Commerce for the state of Florida. Let me give you a brief overview of where the Port of Miami is today as it relates to the restart of cruising. Very proud to announce that in July of this year, Royal Caribbean and Carnival started operations right here at the port. Came August, we started with Norwegian Cruise Line, with Crystal Cruises. At the end of this month, we're going to have Virgin. Tomorrow, we're going to have Celebrity. By October, we're going to have Disney. And I don't think I'm leaving anybody out. Of course, MSC. MSC has become a global force in both cruising and cargo, and we did have MSC here at the port starting in August. So we are back up. We're back up and running. There is a very successful yet measured approach to restarting cruises in the safest way possible. And I'm going to share with you that during the pandemic, sure, every major cruise port in America shut down. Has been a very difficult 18 months. Some of us cruise ports, we were lucky to have an incredible cargo year. Cargo is strong, cargo demand is greater than ever, and Port Miami had an incredible end to the last calendar year, and I think this year we're going to record the greatest numbers on cargo TEU throughput here at the Port of Miami. In addition, thanks to our incredible leadership of our Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, Port of Miami has embarked on a shore power program. We will be the first port in the southeast of the United States with shore power capabilities by the fall of 2023. All of our cruise lines have signed up, and as a matter of fact, this evening we're heading out to the West Coast to look at some shore power models at the great ports of Long Beach and Hueneme. So with that, I won't talk too much. I look forward to the Congress. I look forward to the forum, participating later on. And once again, we really want to welcome you to the Port of Miami and to the Consul General. I think you'll be happy to hear that we're going to have a new service here at the port coming from India through Miami up to Canada, the Indus service from MSC Shipping, as well as a new service coming up from Turkey via Zim lines. And we're remiss if we didn't thank all of our shipping lines here at the Port of Miami, Seaboard Marine, MSC, CMA, Maersk, Costco, and all of them. So with that, thank you so much.
Thanks, Juan. Thank you very much. How exciting to be able to hear a few words from the CEO of Port Miami. Just incredible work, and it's great to hear that business here is getting back to normal. Really exciting work. And next, I'd like to invite Maureen French to the stage. She's our next speaker. She's the Senior Vice President of Risk Solutions at Crisis 24. And by the way, those of us who are friends of hers call her Mo. Now, I just met her today, so I'm trying to get into that friend category. So Mo,
absolutely.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Now, she's responsible for leading business development in the Americas and Asia Pacific and supporting client needs as a strategic executive member of the team at Crisis 24. So Mo, we look forward to hearing a few remarks.
Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate it. And yes, you can call me Mo, as well as everyone out there. It's a real pleasure for me to be here representing Crisis 24 and Guard World. And it's a beautiful venue to be sitting here in the Port of Miami today. Our dialogue here today, as well as throughout the conference in Montreal, is vital to our ability to understand major issues concerning economic globalization. And COVID-19 has compelled all of us to find new ways of working, challenging our thinking, and about how we'll progress through mid-pandemic. Over the past 18 months, the world has seen an unprecedented rate of digitization, a strained supply chain, as we've heard from other speakers today, and a renewed focus on energy and sustainability. And frankly, society itself is really undergoing a dynamic change. Individuals are seeking new opportunities, and they're trying to find that balance in well-being and quality of life. At Crisis 24, every day we collaborate with individuals, organizations, and governments to navigate these and other challenges, and with a focus in security and resilience. I look forward to this afternoon's Seaside Chats, sharing our vision as we all work together to find a safer world and a more resilient world for our future generations. So on behalf of Crisis 24 and Guard World, have a great day today. Continue to have a great show in Montreal, and look forward to speaking with you today as well as on the 4th and 5th of October. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Maureen. Our next speaker is Mr. Frank Vanderpost. He's the president of Atlantic Broadband. Frank joined Atlantic Broadband in 2019 from KPN, a Dutch multi-service telecommunications operator in residential and enterprise markets, where he served as the chief commercial officer and was a member of the firm's board from 2015 through 2018. Frank?
Thank you, Mike. I'm happy to be here with you all at the Port of Miami, and a big hello to all the participants in the virtual conference in Montreal. This annual event provides us a great opportunity to break away from our day-to-day work to share insights on major issues that affect economic well-being of communities. On behalf of Atlantic Broadband and Cogeco, we are delighted to support the Conference of Montreal and participate in this year's conference both here as well as in Montreal. As you may know, Cogeco does business in the United States as Atlantic Broadband. We are the 8th largest internet, TV and phone provider in the US, with customers in 12 states, including the recently completed acquisition of the systems in Cleveland and Columbus, Ohio. And I'm also happy to say we have a major presence here in South Florida. As a communications provider, with broadband internet as our core business, we play a key role in connecting our communities to services that are essential to business and daily life. This has been especially true during the pandemic, as distance learning, work from home, and virtual conferences became the norm. While advanced communication technology has helped us through the pandemic, the impact is even wider in the longer term, because this technology contributes in a major way to economic vitality. Businesses depend on connectivity, educational institutions depend on connectivity, and households depend on connectivity. That's why home values are higher in communities that have high-speed internet technology. It's so important, in fact, that businesses and homeowners will relocate to those areas where they have access to the most advanced technology. With that in mind, we have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in our network infrastructure and fiber technology to deliver the performance and reliability that is required and essential today, both here in the US as well as in Canada. Yet the reality is that this technology does not reach all communities equally. There is a digital divide, if you will, between those that have easy access to technology and those who don't. This is especially true in the rural areas and areas with lower population density, where terrain and cost to create unique challenges. So when we speak of a fairer economy for all, we have to consider how communications technology can help create greater economic fairness. We at Atlantic Broadband in the US and Cogeco in Canada are working to find creative ways to fund the cost of extending broadband networks into areas that are currently unserved or underserved. We have found and formed mutually beneficial private-public partnerships that have already expanded the availability of broadband internet in many areas where we provide service, with further expansions to come. And for the households that have suffered economic hardship during this pandemic, we've provided discounted services both before and during COVID to ensure that our communities can remain connected for work from home, distance learning, and telemedicine. So technology plays a role in creating a fairer economy. It also has helped to facilitate and enable a greener economy. That's happened in two ways. First, broadband technology has allowed the public to transact online and work from home in greater numbers than ever before. A process obviously greatly accelerated due to COVID-19. 10 years ago, it would have been inconceivable to host web meetings for tens of thousands of users simultaneously. With work from home now available to millions, daily commutes have been altered in a beneficial way, reducing CO2 emissions. The need for office space has also been altered through the availability of communications technology, reducing environmental footprints for many companies. Beyond the benefits of technology, Cogeco has set science-based emission reduction targets to limit the impacts of climate change. Cogeco is the first Canadian telecommunications company with a science-based emission reduction target. That's a whole mouthful. This commitment includes targets covering all aspects of our value chain, including emissions from our employees, reduction of the commuting by 30%, operations, fleet electrification are some of the examples. It also includes investments in renewable energy and energy efficiency projects. We are also putting targets on involving our supplier and our customers. We're proud of the progress we've made in recent years and the recognition we've received, including Cogeco's being named one of the world's 100 most sustainable corporations. We will continue to incorporate this commitment in our daily business decisions, always considering what's best for all our stakeholders, including our communities, who deserve a fairer and greener economy. On behalf of Atlantic Broadband and our entire Cogeco team, it is a great pleasure to be here with you today. I thank you again for joining us and have a great afternoon sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank, again. And, I found his comments to be particularly interesting because as we work through the COVID crisis over the last 18 months or so in this community, we spent an awful lot of time and effort working with small businesses that were particularly hard hit. And one of the things that we discovered was the difference between the ability of a company to pivot and find new ways to be successful versus going out of business was their digital connectedness, that broadband connectedness that they had, their ability to update websites so that they could do commerce electronically, their ability to use tools like Facebook and LinkedIn and others that allowed them to promote their businesses was critical. And so the work that you're doing at Atlantic Broadband is bringing that to many segments of our community that would otherwise not have access to economic prosperity, let alone the gig economy workers, right? Those folks who work from job to job and really do not have a full-time engagement. The ability to have access to broadband became key in their ability to recover from the crisis. So again, my compliments to you and all the good work that Atlantic Broadband is doing, and certainly you're welcome to your continued expansion here in South Florida. So with that, we've got a couple of very interesting promos to share with you. The first is from Atlantic Broadband, and the second one is from Air Canada.
To fuel your hyper-connected 21st century lifestyle, you need quick access to a wide range of complex communications products and services tailored to your needs. What kind of company do you want to bring into your home, your business, and your community? You want the kind of company you can trust and that has your best interest at heart. We're on a mission to deliver compelling, flexible, and reliable services. With crazy fast internet speeds, the very best in entertaining TV services, and scalable business solutions designed to meet the communication challenges of today and tomorrow. Across the American East Coast, we stand apart as a true local partner, dedicated to providing hands-on support 24/7 to the residential and business customers we serve.
Take it all in. Show up early. Stay late. Really late. Live your passion. Leave an impression. Commit. Get out. Get in. Embrace the moment. Hold. 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 Ah. Overdo it. Do more. Leave less. Breathe. Get the bag. Keep one packed. Don't put it off. Because when we make it count, we rise higher.
Well, weren't those promotional videos very enlightening? So the next part of our program, we're going to have a series of fireside chats. The first is with Bill Harris, who is the CEO of Nirvana Technologies. Bill has run and started 11 financial technology and cybersecurity companies, including as CEO of Intuit, CEO of PayPal, and CEO of Personal Capital. I think he's touched just about all of us here in the room. And certainly he's in my portfolio, thank God. But his new venture, Nirvana Technologies, a digital credit card company, is being built by one of the top flight teams here in Miami. And I can't wait to hear a lot more about what Bill is up to. And I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful discussion with he and Claudia Duran. Now, Claudia is a relative newcomer to Miami, but has been on the ground here for about 3 years or so, leading Endeavor Miami. Endeavor is an organization whose mission is to select, mentor, and accelerate the growth of high-impact entrepreneurial companies here in South Florida. They currently have a portfolio of 24 companies. And for those of us who are strategic investors who want to really look at what's coming, we should be talking to Claudia because she's got 24 companies that's likely to have multiple unicorns in the not too distant future. So with that, I'll turn it over to Claudia and Bill, and hopefully we're going to have a wonderful discussion.